Alright, part 4, the final video of the series, and nighttime is upon us. This is typically when all the fancy toys come out, the nods, the thermals, or lights so bright they could signal the space station. We're tasked with retaking the village and holding it all night. Doesn't take long when we get on the trail to run into a friendly squad that has been completely wiped out, so we are definitely expecting some contacts soon. Our point man notices something down the trail and he's going to creep out to get a better eye on it. He immediately pays the price because they saw him and took him out. Other friendly squads start engaging the town with grenades in the distance. The enemy has that path locked down, so we're going to try to creep around and see if we can find another way over to them. But it seems the enemy have a good perimeter set up. They're definitely a mixture of white light and nods because that's a IR laser that only nods can see. We end up moving down another path which doesn't have any night vision guarding it, and we end up spotting some folks, light them up with IR light, and then send BBs down range to clear them out. This is the Recon squad coming up to tell us where some enemy are. He's rocking a thermal scope and gives us some intel on where some enemy are.
Go straight across? Yeah. The end of the clearing is 3 or 4 deep signatures. Down this way? That way. Okay.
We make our way to the direction he said and immediately find contact. We're right at the edge of the village at this point.
Yeah, get in here. Yeah. I didn't know that. Holy that truck just pushes off the road, boy.
We notice some enemy have occupied this building ahead of us, so we're going to put some fire down on it. As you can tell, I'm using a tracer unit, and I just love the way it looks in the night vision. So sick. Got the boys here taking a peek to see if we eliminated the enemy. Which some more are spotted, so we're going to engage another building off to the left of the one we were just fighting. Another squad presses the building to chuck a grenade at him.
Okay.
They immediately start taking fire, so we start trying to draw the fire back to us. My BBs are just ricocheting and bouncing everywhere. However, we are successful, and now the enemy are focused on us again. While all this is going on, we have multiple squads hitting from multiple angles, and we are starting to take over the village. So many grenades are being used to clear people out here. It is really low light in the woods too. It is hard to see even with nods. But we managed to sneak up as close as we could and spotted an enemy still held out in this building in front of me. Which we end up neutralizing him. One squad member creeps up to the window to make sure he's taken out. Hell yeah, sector clear. One of our squads attempts an aggressive push. One of my teammates becomes collateral damage though from that. We now control over 90% of the village at this point. There's only a couple more buildings that have enemy in them, and we are slowly closing in. No clue what that noise was. But we are going to make a push across the road. Our LMG's laying down covering fire. The last buildings in the village are right ahead of us. I spot one of the enemy defenders, immediately engage him and take him out. He wasn't alone though, there's one last guy left. He tried to fall back to a better position, but not on my watch. After hours of fighting for the village, we finally cleared the enemy out, which we ended up holding it until daytime. All the rest of the night footage was pretty much guard duty, which we didn't see any contacts. So, wakey wakey for some, it's now morning and we are in the final hour of the game. Some of the fighting has picked up for the town again, but we are just dominating at this point. Tan lost a lot of players, I believe is what happened, but don't quote me on that. Now one cool thing is the fill station for anybody with HPA. It was in one of the buildings in the village. So if you controlled the village, you controlled the HPA station. And here's a shot of the enemy vehicle, and man, this thing was badass. The gun on the top was crazy. Thankfully, it's got its red kill lights on, so somebody took it out. Some TAM members have managed to take back part of the village, and we are just forcing them right back out again. Well, we're trying to, at least. A friendly gets taken out at the edge of this building ahead of me.
You gonna come out?
Yeah. Careful, white building right in front of you on your left.
Yeah.
The window. Oh, hit!
I get tagged with a pretty nice shot, but thankfully,
Yeah, you came right on time, buddy. We even get seats.
Ben, our medic, has arrived. Numbers have definitely dwindled at this point. There's not a lot of people on the field. And the guy ahead of me, he is out of ammo.
Alright. Come here, man.
He just asked his teammate to throw him a mag, which turns out to be a horrible throw. That grenade toss was pretty good, though.
I hope that got him.
His teammate says he threw in the mag, but he didn't see where it went, so thankfully I did.
It's, I see it. Hey, I see it. It's right over here on the left, about 10 feet in front of you. See it?
Ooh, he's not happy about this placement.
You're an asshole, Kurt. You're a fucking prick.
Just some friendly banter.
Tourniquet?
Looks like Andy from Andy's Airsoft is chilling dead at this car.
Are you still alive?
Yeah.
Come on.
I can barely walk.
I'll carry you.
He motivates me to keep on trucking because my feet are so sore right now. We get word that the last enemy that are playing are held up in this building, this one last building at the end of the village. And our team is just hucking grenades at them. I just can't believe there's still grenades left at this point. That was the last active enemy on the field, if I recall, and he was held out in that building, which we now control, and the flag has been flipped.
Yeah.
Game over in 3 minutes. What? Game over in 3 minutes, man.
You heard it, there's only 3 minutes to go. I don't think any active enemy are left.
Good game,
As you
guys.
can see, all these guys are
Good
leaving.
game.
Looks like here our vehicle managed to push right up to the enemy spawn point, and now all we're waiting for is the horn to blow. Once they tallied the points, green team, my team, we ended up winning the game. And if I recall correctly, green hadn't won for like 7 years or something crazy. But big shout out to all the players, Force Recon. It was an awesome event. I love this new field, the compound. It's amazing.
Hey.
The horn's blowing, the game is over, and that is a wrap for Nightfall. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.